Alright, this is Unit 9, Lesson 9. I can subtract mixed numbers with borrowing. So, a review from yesterday, we learned how to add mixed numbers with improper fractions. So, if we have the numbers 2 and 4/5 plus 1 and 3/5, I would add 4/5 plus 3/5, which equals 7/5, and I'd add 2 plus 1, which equals 3. So now I have 3 and 7/5. I know that 7/5 is improper because 7 is greater than 5. Okay? If I have an improper fraction, I take just the fraction. I leave the whole number the same, and I'm going to convert the fraction into a mixed number. So I'm taking 7/5 and I'm converting it to a mixed number. 7/5 equals 1 and 2/5 because 5 goes into 7 one time with 2 left over out of 5. Now I take this number and this number. I am done with that one because that equals this. And I add them together. So I have 3 plus 1 and 2/5, which equals 4 and 2/5. Okay. Today we're going to learn how to subtract numbers. So if I have the number 2 and 4/5 minus 1 and 1/5, this is easy because I have 4/5 minus 1/5. 4 is greater than 1, so when I subtract, I get 3/5. And 2 minus 1 is 1, so I have 1 and 3/5. Okay, I have no improper fractions. This one is completed. Okay, I could also have 3 and 4/9 minus 2 and 1/9, and I get 4/9 minus 1/9 equals 3/9. And 3 minus 2 is 1, so I get 1 and 3/9. This works very nicely because 4 is bigger than 1. The bigger number is on the top number. Now, if I have a number such as 3 and 1/9 minus 2 and 3/9. Now, this number is smaller, but the fraction is not smaller. I cannot do 1/9 minus 3/9 because 3 is greater than 1. So I can't switch the order either. In order to solve this problem, I have to borrow. When you borrow for a fraction or a mixed number, if I take one whole away from this 3, that's going to equal 2. Then 1 whole for this fraction equals 9/9. So I'm adding 9/9 because I got that from taking away 1 whole. 1 whole equals 9/9. So now this top number equals 10/9. Now I can subtract because I have 10/9 minus 3/9, and 10 is greater than 3. So 10/9 minus 3/9 is 7/9. So I get 2 minus 2, which is 0, and 10/9 minus 3/9 equals 7/9. So I have 0 and 7/9. I don't really need to write my 0. I can just write 7/9. So my final answer is 7/9. So let's look at just converting. So again, if I have a whole number, such as 3 and 1/9, if I need to borrow, let's change that because we just did that number. Let's say that we have 5 and 4/5. If I need to borrow, this number becomes a 4, because that's 1 less than 5, and I add whatever the bottom number is, 5/5. Whatever the bottom number is, it goes on top and bottom. Add that, and I get 9/5. So this would equal 4 and 9/5 would be my new number. Okay. Again, if I had the number 2 and 4/7 and I needed to borrow, this 2 would become a 1. I would add 7/7, and that would equal 11/7. So my new number would be 1 and 11/7. So let's look at an example of subtracting. So if I have the number 8 and 2/6 minus 4 and 5/6. This number is smaller, that's why it's on the bottom, but when I look at just my fractions, I see I have 2/6 minus 5/6. This does not work because 5 is bigger than 2. 2 minus 5 does not work. So I have to borrow. So my 8 is going to become a 7. I'm going to add 6/6 because the bottom number is 6. And my new number will be 8/6. So now I have 7 and 8/6 minus 4 and 5/6. And now I can subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3/6. 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, let's look at another example. 6 and 3/7 minus 2 and 4/7. Okay, 3/7 minus 4/7. Because 4 is greater than 3, I cannot do it. So I have to borrow. This becomes a 5. I add 7/7 and I get 10/7. So now my new number is 5 and 10/7 minus 2 and 4/7. And now I can easily subtract. 10 minus 4 is 6/7. 5 minus 2 is 3. I got this number from here and here. I'm going to do it again. I have the numbers 7 and 2/5 minus 3 and 4/5. So I have 2/5 minus 4/5. This number is greater than 2, so I cannot subtract. So I have to borrow. My 7 becomes a 6. I add 5/5. So 2/5 plus 5/5 equals 7/5. 7/5 minus 4/5 is 3/5. 6 minus 3 is 3. So I take my new number and the bottom number and subtract. Alright, so next we're going to go to the page that we worked on yesterday. Oh, that's not it. This page. Okay. Looking down here, we have numbers 11 through 14 to do. Okay. If you need to do another scratch piece of paper so that you have enough room, go ahead and grab it. When you're finished with these 4, raise your hand for a star. And then we're moving on to some extra problems just like yesterday. Alright, your 6 problems to do on a scratch piece of paper are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have 6 problems. Some of them you need to borrow, some of them you do not need to borrow. When you're finished, raise your hand to get a star. Then we will be moving on to your homework. So on your homework today, you are working on just numbers 5 through 8. And on the back side, you are going to do the odd numbers, since we did not do those yesterday. Okay, so you're doing all the odd numbers for today's lesson. So today you will be doing numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. As soon as you're finished, you need to work on IXL. If you are not done with A2, you will be in working with me during quiet time.